Hey, what's up, guys? Lucky here. Um, so I recently saw Insidious um, out to the further, and I'll be honest, that movie was pretty good. Um, me and my wife binge watched all the other movies preparing for this movie, and as forgettable as part one, part two, part three, especially part four were, um, and five, I would put it there. This one was actually really fucking good. It got me off in a surprising way. It scared me like 5 times. I didn't yell or anything, but like I did on the fifth one. Um, just out of 10, I would probably give this movie a 9 out of 10. Um, it's, it's just so surprising how they hit that whole, universe that they had going on and how they extended it. It was I didn't see it coming. I didn't see any trailers or anything before watching this movie. Um, you know, I won't get into spoilers. I'll let you guys know when I get into spoilers. But if you haven't watched it already, go watch it. It's really good. Went to the movie theater. There's barely anyone there. I could probably count 7 people there, including me and my wife. Um, so it's surprising that it's getting a really bad hate. I highly recommend watching this movie. It's really fucking good. I heard there's a bunch of hate on TikTok for this movie in particular. Um, but I mean, the characters, I would just, my only complaint is that the beginning was really slow. But it just keeps getting better and better from there. Um, it wasn't too scary in the beginning, but then when the acolytes come in, oof. So this is now gonna be spoilers. So major spoiler warning. This is gonna be a day after watching it. I've already given it a 9 out of 10, and everything's gonna go off memory because if the movie is supposed to be, it's supposed to mean just whatever we kind of remember after watching the movie is what kind of sticks. So that's part of the review, baby. I'm not gonna do bullet points for this or anything like that. But let's get right into it. So we start off with the main protagonist as a little girl. Her mom's off, and just gonna going into episodes. Hold on. I don't know why my voice always goes off when I make videos. But her mom takes her own life, and the girl is just traumatized. And then it skips to this present. This lady starts going through what her mom was going through, and we see her life, the neighbors, and she has a daughter now. Now she didn't have a dad, and in present she also doesn't have a husband, and they're never talked about at all. So some negative points there. But it works perfectly in the movie, because now we have a single mother thing going on instead of the original two. Holy, I'm getting strep throat or something. We have instead of like for the first two films where we have a whole family thing going on. So it's a breath of fresh breath of new air, what they call it. But then we see some strange old men. They kind of look like ghosts, but everyone can see them, but they're sketchy, which are later revealed to be acolytes. And they're part of this cult, and they're part of this worshipping, demon ghost, and they work for him. They could also go out to the beyond. But our protagonist is a special kind of traveler because she can bring things to the beyond and also teleport them back to the real world. So that's why the main antagonist is searching for her, and her mom had the same power. And turns out he actually took out his mom. So When it's revealed that the acolytes are part of this cult, I was like, holy fucking shit! This movie just switched every expectation I had coming for it. Because at this point, all three of them were trying to wear her out. You know, we had that couch scene where it just went endlessly, and the old man chased her. We had the old woman running after her around the bed, just wearing her down, you know, so they could, um, because her power kind of gets strengthened if she's more scared. The more scared she is, the more strength she has to teleport people back. So the ghost wants to teleport a bunch of ghosts back to the real world and then overtake it. I wouldn't even call them ghosts. I would call them demons at this point. But he succeeds because the whole time he was also, you know, going after his daughter and scaring her and wearing her down. So he forces the daughter. Oh, I didn't even get to the tattoo lady. You know, there's this scene where the main character gets put down on a chair, and he was about, you know, the main antagonist was about to start the experiments where he starts teleporting demons back to the real world, and boom, boom, you just hear them getting all hit, and a lamp just go flying everywhere. And this is where I got out of my seat. I started yelling because Elise came back, and she was hitting and grabbed her and told her, "Go back to your body ASAP. I'll buy you some time." So it's all connected, same universe. Elise is still fighting ghosts and whooping demons' asses in the further. Um, then we got her getting teleported with a book with an address. So she goes to the address, the main protagonist, and then she finds this tattoo parlor. And she's a tattoo artist, and he shows her how to get to the beyond, tells her kind of the basics, and he communicates. She goes up to the further, so Elise can take over her body and communicate with the protagonist. She tells him, "Hey, this is the cult. They need you because you can teleport shit back and forth." And ooh, that's probably the best thing we've gotten from Insidious so far. I mean, I don't know how they top this. They would have to be crazy, you know, to be topping this story. Whoever whoever did the plot of this movie and whoever was the writers, they need to get a fucking promotion and they need to work on the rest of this universe, because this just brought it up to like Conjuring levels of universe expansion, you know. And then we get back to, and I'm just gonna say it, you know, if you didn't like this movie, you're not a fan of the universe. That's it. There's no question about it. There's no debating it. And basically, you know, you're wrong. But, you know, going further with this is, you know, the demon gets the girl, and then he starts forcing her to teleport people, kind of wasting her health, and she's dying, and she's got a couple left, whatever, whatever. You know, there's a bunch of demons, and the cop who is dating the main protagonist, he goes in, starts blasting this demon. None of the bullets hit him because he's a demon, and he just fucking force pushes him, and he goes flying across the house to his, you know, police car, and bada boom, bada bing. We can tell that this is a scary predicament because these demons can use their powers in the real world too. So, you know, everything goes on, all the scary stuff goes on and everything, and, you know, they're all trying to wake up the acolytes, and they successfully do. They get taken out with, like, they go to the further with a sedative gas. And, you know, a lot of people are complaining that there's a lot of comedy in this movie, and I think it's a perfect amount, and they hit it every single time. They fucking made it hilarious. I mean, 2 points I can call out right now from the comedy. Example A, the two neighbors that got killed by the acolytes. They're trying to give a hint where the last acolyte is, and there are these old people, and the lady's pointing up, and then sees the guy, and he's just kind of standing there, and then he fucking shoves them and tells them to point up, and they both point up. Fucking hilarious. The second one is, they're making a joke about how, um, you know, they're planning this out, and then the girl, the main protagonist, is talking to the cop, which is her boyfriend, and she's like, "Oh, we need to take off their gas," and the guy's like, "What are you talking about? We can't just run up to old people and take off their oxygen support." That shit was fucking hilarious. But we get to the end, and then the main protagonist, all the ghosts are gonna run out the house, and the little daughter's holding the doorknob trying to help his mom, and she's closing the door, and she's like, "Oi, just let go," and she does. They're both crying. Looks like she's gonna sacrifice herself, and boom, she teleports the whole fucking house with all the demons to the other beyond. Just rage baits them. Main antagonist gets fucking demolished by the other demons because he broke his promise, and bada bing, bada boom, everything's perfect. And yeah, the whole house has disappeared. I don't know. They're gonna explain that to the authorities. Hopefully, we see that in the next movie. But that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later, and peace out.